Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Humankind, where things have been a little inconsistent the last week or two, and apologies for that. I think I've had my last medical thing for a little while though, which should help. Hopefully things get a little less chaotic. Can I tell you, I don't like interacting with people in the outside world. Schedules are baffling to me. Who wants to be awake during the day, I ask you? Seems very strange. Anyway, I was saying at the end of the last episode that I feel like I am not in control of our position in the game at this point. So let's talk about ways that we might remedy that. We have some military units, although here they are. Although they are not all very good. Yeah, we have to do some retrofitting over here with money that we kind of don't have. And let's just take a second and look at the graphs here. Let's figure out, where am I militarily relative to everybody else? So right now the game places our military as being more powerful than the Alayi, but considerably less powerful than everybody else. Not a big surprise there. Yeah, I definitely feel behind on this thing, which is a shame because this is the thing that you use to help cope with being behind on other things, usually. In terms of total land owned, we're doing pretty poorly. Keep in mind, this is number of owned city tiles, not like number of regions, which is why the Alayi are ahead of us. We just have not had a lot of district building time. We're doing all right on population, I guess. We're sort of like in the mix. Keep in mind, Brown is a single city. This is the thing I'm most concerned about. One player is 50% ahead of us in terms of total researches. This is very bad news. At least we have a spy in there. Yeah, so how are we going to catch back up? I'm so bad at playing Forgotten. I find this whole science paradigm very difficult to grasp in any intuitive way. Interesting. The Roving Clan player got both of the early game wonders. So, like, we're 2 technologies away from Era 3, which is when we will get Adamantium and Palladium revealed. And, like, we are very dependent on Public Works. And also, honestly, Dust Refinery. Once we have these 2 buildings up and running in more cities, I'm going to feel so much better. I think maybe I needed to prioritize Glory of Empire. I generally think of this as just being kind of not a very good building, but we are so desperate for influence. Maybe it is a very early Era 2 necessity for this faction. Things to think about for if we do, in fact, lose this game. So as we're moving up here, we need 2 more technologies. Like, what are we hoping to get? I would love, obviously, alchemical alloys. We're on track to get the level 3... No, we're not. I'm remembering a different game. Okay. We're not on track to get the level 3 version of that, that tech. So... yeah, it would be good to have, but also at this point, it's probably not actually good enough. Like, equipping our troops with these weapons is probably insufficient. Obviously, we need meritocratic promotion very badly. I want the Mist. The Mist is a very good military unit, and obviously this is a technology that we cannot steal. We must buy at a considerable cost. Central Market would be nice. That would probably be a very helpful thing to have. Okay, this is the thing that makes it free to infiltrate during the winter. I don't know why I was thinking that was a... I was thinking that was just part of our faction. Honestly, this seems like not a great tech. I'm not really sure what the value of that is. Because if you're really swimming in dust. This, on the other hand, plus three infiltration points per turn on infiltrated heroes. This would be lovely to have. Yeah, all kind of pipe dreams, though. We are absolutely desperate for money, and in fact, we're really desperate for influence. Where are we at on our empire plan? Like, God, we're in real trouble, right? Because, like, 300, we're going to be very hard-pressed even to maintain this. And losing the 3 extra dust per citizen, or per person working dust is going to completely shatter our economy. Yeah, we're in really bad shape. Okay, how much influence can we produce if we move literally everybody over to influence? Because, like, we've been... It is perhaps the case that I should have been focusing more people on influence, but also we're behind on construction and we're behind on money. So, like... we can get to just a little over 300. And actually, no, we cannot. Okay. Well, if we move people back so as not to go broke, that gets us to being able to keep the 25 approval. Is that necessary? Well, it's not necessary in Shirel. Nor is it necessary here. I guess the wine booster, we're out of wine, right? Yeah, we cannot rerun the booster. So... I think that we're going to find that this is just not feasible. Because I think we do actually have to keep this. So... maybe we just take a really cheap empire plan. Maybe we do like this thing. Is that even... boy, I don't know if this is even worth it. Like, obviously there are some technologies I would like to buy, but maybe we just do this and we save the rest of our influence for spying actions, which we are in desperate need of. And we just sort of... we'll be okay on approval for a little while, probably. And then the wine booster will run out and we'll have to figure things out, but I don't think we can afford... yeah, I think we need everything else that's going on too badly. We cannot afford to do this. So Ostak, right of way getting completed obviously is high value. We do probably want to maintain some influence income. Boy, do I? I know we're gonna need influence to buy technologies in a moment here. So we have a spy that's close to leveling, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but that's not that expensive. Huh. Oh, that's showing total output, not per citizen. I was like, 5 per citizen, really? But yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. So... do I want to bump y'all over to this instead? Probably. If I did this, we would get a new body in 1 turn. And it does take every single one of us. Yeah, like, growth into the ability to build things, obviously is tremendously important. If we're going to get back into the game, we're going to need a city where we can construct military units quickly. And then, like, war would be cool. It would be cool if we could engage successfully and usefully in a war. If we could just take somebody else's stuff. This is like... military play is the ultimate solution to playing badly in the other arenas, basically. Like, if you can't do the other parts of the game well, you try to shore that up with military. You just take away the work of people who are doing a better job. Not, in general, the most effective strategy, but it can be very helpful if you find yourself behind. So we could try to, like, take Salamar, maybe? Is the Alayi player... huh, they're at war with purple? How did that happen? Oh, okay. Maybe it's like purple and brown could actually be at war because they're actually near each other. And then because brown is friends with the Alayi, they get dragged into it for diplomatic reasons, even though these two are nowhere near each other and cannot possibly interact. That's interesting. I want to look at the military chart again in light of that. So it looks like purple's actually, at the moment, beating brown. It looks like they're probably actively fighting. Huh. We should maybe scout this, because this is a city that brown overgrew from green, right? Okay, you still have movement left. Because overgrown cities do not naturally have garrisons, right? Is that? Yes, that is overgrown. Okay, no reason to step up to it. Wow, that's a pretty good unit. 191, 121. Defense is like high enough that you do at least you're not getting your maximum damage for free on it, and it does have some health. And then they got some ice wargs with considerably less impressive stats. But yeah, that's scary. What I'm kind of thinking is if purple can draw brown's troops into actual battle, such that this city is sitting unguarded for a little while, we might be able to declare war on brown, take this city, and then get brown to sort of tap out because they're too busy fighting other people and they don't need us breathing down their necks as well. I guess their single collective neck on account of Mycera. That might be a thing to think about. And then we probably, at some point, we should probably try to take Salamar. This is yet another expenditure of influence on top of all the other things we're already doing. Okay, the war declaration looks like it'd be cheap at least. Yeah, we're gonna maybe get eyes on over here, try to get a sense of what's going on in this war. Maybe we can make friends with purple. One thing that we might be able to do is get purple to pay us into the war, especially if they feel like it's currently close. Let's just approach carefully. Sadly, this cliff face makes things a little scary. Okay, yeah, this is an overgrown city. They can't see me, can they? I don't think cities by themselves have detection. Probably not. But they are moving to play defense on the city, which makes sense. You know, they are bordering purple. It's awkward for us, though. That's for sure. All right, do we want to take the tier 1 in any of these other areas? I think no. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. John Port is leveling up. Let's get some more dust. Where was that watch? I just built this watchtower. Okay. So yeah, it's good information, I guess. Unless this ends up being my territory, in which case, obviously, that will be somewhat less valuable. Well, now that's interesting. I think we accept that, right? I want to look at this. They're at war with two people that we're thinking about going to war with, and they have no other significant relationships. Yeah, I take that. We could have tried to negotiate a little tiny payment out of them there, but I don't think it would have been worth our influence to put a term on the table. So maybe we just keep watch right here. I guess I should step out of their territory for a second. I hate that means I lose vision, but we cannot heal on that tile. And then what am I doing with you? Am I allowed in Green's territory? What's our deal with Green right now? Just totally normal Cold War? Okay. Yeah, I'm a little uncertain how to proceed here, but I think we at least have some options. You know, Avarilia probably needs to be industry focused. We need to get that food building done. We don't still need a governor. So I guess for the moment, it's not so critical for us to have a lot of bonus income. Obviously, we're gonna have to leave one city on dust production just to stay north of broke, but yeah, maybe I leave you right here. I think for the moment that is the plan. And we're gonna go get pearls, but now you have been... boy, what do I do then? We still don't know Red. Red's territory is is way over there. I think meeting Red and getting the fullest possible picture of the diplomatic situation is definitely to our benefit. So I guess that's what this unit should be doing. Just have to be really careful for the moment. Yep, that'll have to do. All right. So you leveled up. Or you infiltration leveled up. I think we do need to just steal technology as quickly as possible. So meritocratic promotion of the techs they have. This is the only one that I really want. Diplomat's Mance is not bad, of course, but I don't think any of the rest of this stuff makes sense. This is the tier 1 version of this thing, which I'm very not interested in. Yeah. Was that clean? It was, in fact, clean. Yeah, unfortunately, meritocratic promotion does increase the cost of running our armies, and so we are now closer to broke than ever before. Opening up trade routes in Ostak is going to help a little bit, but probably not very much. I probably want to wait until Blue has done all of their movements before moving that army. Let's just give them a second. A little nervous about Green just kind of blundering into me. I mean, I'm way in the corner. There's no reason. They should move over here. Yeah. We'll just stay put for one more turn. It looks like that'll probably get us to full health. And then we'll step back into Brown's territory. And so I guess this is just not much of a turn. Why on earth did we get so... Huh. I have no idea why our dust output increased by so much. What is this? Oh, you're kidding me. They just happened to walk into me? Well, that's very annoying. I guess it is going to reduce our dust output. Or our dust outgo. You know, the opposite of income, outgo. Okay, y'all are acting like you can definitely see me, which you should not be able to. But there is very little reason that they would move southwest. So these units right now... Okay, very high defense, lots and lots of health. Attack is poor, but damage is pretty solid, and they have Infantry Slayer 4. This would be a bad fight for us. We prefer targets against which we can hit and run effectively. Like, it's much better for us to fight, like, archery type armies than it is for us to fight heavy infantry type armies. So it's quite unfortunate that our neighbors are seekers and stone golems. And the damn Draken, which is a lot of very high health units. We would much rather have been near like some vaulters or some wild walkers or something. Yeah, maybe I need to move you, because I do think green is behaving as though they can definitely see us. Out of curiosity, would purple be willing to buy me into the war? If I offered to declare war on, yes, brown, that's very interesting right there. They would be willing to buy me into the war, and they'd be willing to buy me into the war with like a real technology too. Like, that deal is extremely compelling. To be clear, getting Smelting Station would not immediately reveal Adamantian and Palladian, but it would be the technology that takes us into the third era, or the fourth era. No, the third era. And entering the third era is what reveals it. So we would be able to build extractors immediately afterward. Brown's military is jumping up in strength, though. We could potentially end up paying quite a price for such a move. That said, I think we gotta do something dramatic here. That deal's really good. We could probably wring some money out of them too or something. How much wine? We're 6 units of wine short of reboosting. Although it will actually be 11 units, right? Because we'll have an extra city. Could I get them to give me the 11 wine necessary to reboost in a couple of turns? Probably not, it looks like. Yeah. How much dust would they give me? Is it like a few hundred? Ooh, it is not. It's like... it's gonna be like 35. Yeah, it's not worth paying the 19 influence for, probably. I'm wondering if we're better off taking 2 technologies from them. 2 smaller technologies, like Central Market plus... I guess there's not really much else that I want. Oh man, they have Dust Refinery too? That sure would be nice. Smelting Station, though, lets us start building up the resources that are necessary for us to build the influence building, which is like a very big deal. And we can probably get Dust Refinery from the other players. The people that we're spying on, you know? Then again, we can definitely get Smelting Station. I think I like this. They're gonna take this as a deal in their favor and stuff. Yeah. Let's do it. We shall go forth and conquer this thing. Bring up an army. So, really, a single source of each. Wow, that's, given the amount of territory we control, that's unbelievably bad luck. A single grass silk, a single moonleaf, although there's also moonleaf in Rual. Actually, there's 2 moonleaf sources in Rual, so... it's a shame moonleaf is useless to us. It's actually like... this is maybe the worst resource yield ever? Like the only luxury resource we get is one that doesn't work for us. And then, yeah, it's wild how bad that is. Is this one? This one's actually not overgrown. Okay, settle the dispute between our armies. Oh hey, Ziema Adya gets her final point. That's excellent. That's good news. With 12 glass steel in reserve, send Ziema to search these unspoiled ruins to repair her swords and herself. That's a wild way to put that. Her assignment cooldown is... Yeah, I'm just going to unassign her here. And we're going to create her as an army on Neth. Hooray! Ziema's strength is fully returned, and her swords Shadowbinder and Shadowbrand forged anew. As to her soul, only time will tell if it is broken beyond repair. So she's got her fancy swords. She also has, we have now the upgraded version of her with her full capabilities and stuff. So is she... Okay, it just basically like... It deleted the old version and gave us a fresh version of her, so we can just go ahead and apply her back to that army, which is cool. Yep, and she's a fresh character with the stuff equipped already, which is great. Like, obviously, these are pretty good swords. They have the Shadow Guard and Shadow Strike capacities, so she's got bonus defense and bonus attack on top of the listed stats. Sadly, not so good in terms of armor and whatnot, which she probably needs to be. Let's at least do this for her. And then I think we probably want to, at this point, just make her a combat character, because we're gonna need it. And I'm inclined to just pour all 3 of these points into Iron Taskmaster. I guess Rallying Call is pretty good. But I think a lot of the time it's going to be her army... Here, hold on a second. Let me... How is the Polyp building? Okay, the Polyp is going for Rallying Call as quickly as possible. My thought here is that her army is very often going to be the reinforcement army. She's going to be sneaking around quietly behind the visible army. So I think her troops being really powerful is more valuable. Okay, it was a productive turn, provided that we don't end up paying for it in a very serious way here. Ziema paces like a caged animal, clawing her hair as she tries to recall her tormentors. I remember the Draken most of all. In the darkness, devoid of any light save the torches they carried with them, I lost track of the days, but he would always be the first to have his turn. After waking me with a pail of freezing water, he would begin by peeling a fresh strip of skin from my flesh, small and perfectly rectangular. With his fetid lizard breath spilling over me, he said that if I could count the strips, I would know how many days I'd been held. As she speaks, the cold rage gathers inside me. During her earlier years, when the masters were bolder, Ziema led many raids against the Draken. Perhaps this Draken is one of those left nurturing an icy grudge. I've crossed his path before, I'm sure, she says. The way he eyed me with such hatred, the way he whispered the same 2 words in his bastard tongue. He knows me. She tells me one of the claws of his left hand was missing, a misshapen stump where the digit should be. Loose me, and let me track him down. I will cut his monstrous head from his scaled body. And I will gladly sharpen the blade for you, Ziema, I interrupt. But we must be clever, lest these cockroaches scurry into the dirt never to be seen again, and our missing companions may also never return. I counsel that our influence must reach into every nook of Auriga, that we must resurrect lost ways if we are to track these men. By extending our eyes, our ears, and our reach to every corner of the world, we will first widen the lasso, then we will tighten the noose. Okay, improve. We had to get to 123 influence output, or... I'm assuming that this means influence per turn, not like stored influence. And as a reward, we'll get Moonleaf. Hooray! Well, we have a couple of buildings we're working on. We can try to convert the whole empire to influence at some point in the near future. We know that right now we will not make it to 123 because we just tried that. Do I want to have you just burn this? How long would it take? 6 turns. Criminy. All right. Interesting. Feeling exhausted because he lost a city already. Just out of curiosity. He's actually north of 0 on a truce right this second. Huh. Well, I guess we'll see if he's still feeling that way next turn. Because I might take a truce at this point. And I guess we should probably kill one of these quest armies. But I'm looking for the other one. I actually would rather work for the Hernas, I believe. So this is a Sisters of Mercy region. It has 3 villages. And they are pacified. They're technically part of our city. Okay, you don't have Empire Mint. Weird. Let's try to get that done with the quickness. But aside from that, the basics are all here. And how long until our next? Okay, 2 turns. And now we do want another governor. Yeah, man, all right. I don't know what we're going to do about money because we're so desperate for influence. Like, it's very grim. It's very grim indeed. So this city already has right-of-way, I guess. Is that the case? Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll get a when our trade routes recalculate at the beginning of the turn, maybe we'll get a nice little boost from that. It does not seem to have helped. Oh no, there we go. Okay, now it has properly recalculated. Guliyawa's already back up to level 2. So yeah, what I really want is to fight the Tedekes, even though they are a pain in the ass. What's up? Oh. Green came through and spoiled my quest just out of spite. 100% spiteful. In the region of Kothaion, there is a guardian, and that's a problem for the people who are there, I guess. Do we know Kothaion? Kandrel. No. Maybe it's that? Maybe. Out of curiosity, Brown still feeling... Oh, wow. Brown is feeling, like, increasingly exhausted. Could we get a tech from you that I actually want? Reaping Station is somewhat lower value for us since it turns out our level 2 resources are bad. But like Dust Alchemy's okay. I'm really bummed out that this is the tech they have and not the refineries, but still like a Dust Transmuter would be very, very good for us. So maybe what I want to do here, they must be losing the war to purple. Their military's getting a lot stronger though. All right. I think what we're going to do is take 1 turn of increased influence somewhere. Where's the city that's currently... It's this one up here, right? Yeah, okay. Let's do this for 1 turn. Is that going to give me enough to throw a tech on there? I need to get to like 38. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. Enough to take a profitable truce. And hopefully this has bound us a little bit with purple. Purple will have, strong feelings. Contract to its advantage. City taken from enemy. It's all good stuff. Good to have a friend on your border. Well, now that I don't need you to do that quest anymore, what do I need you to do? I guess we could start peeling my carrot stuff off of this city, although the right way to do that is probably to just do the fungal exfoliation here once that becomes available to us. I think that's when our ownership hits 100, is when that happens. I guess I could help with this. Is that a thing? Am I allowed to contribute? No, okay. Well, I guess the thing that makes sense is probably just to move her back to territory where she can heal. Because some of her units could still use a little bit of health. So we'll do this for one turn. We'll get our profitable truce, and then we'll figure things out from there. All right, Ostak has finished its roads. Get a little bit more trade route money. Okay, I don't actually want diplomats minutes. It looks like this came down a little bit. But it's still good enough. Yeah, I'll take Dust Alchemy. Dust Alchemy's fine. Alright, so no reprisals allowed. We declare war, we take a city, we take a technology, and then everything's cool. Pink has force Cold Warred us after force piecing us. I have no idea what the value of that was. Blue. Blue has built all of the wonders thus far. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. Sorry, what am I being punished for specifically? Ah, okay. They're mad because they like brown. Okay. I get that. That makes sense. There are diplomatic penalties to being a warmonger, it turns out. So you're in spying mode. You definitely want Lord of the Trance. And you've hit level 3, and you would like to steal a tech if we could find a way to swing that. For the moment here, I guess Glory of Empire is the next best thing. Until we can exfoliate. So I mean, every tile in the capital has dust on it. The dust transmuter will be like extremely good here. What if we did it like this and we just like hard committed to industry? 13 turns is ugly, but obviously the time to build this will come down a lot from the completion of the transmuter or the canal locks. Huh, Draken ships are weird and long. How long and narrow that shit? Why would you build like that? Why would you build that like that? Weird. Alright, yeah, you do that. Just hang out. You... I did not tell you to stop doing the thing. Oh, right. I can't do it while we're truced. Because it's like an aggressive action. Shoot, I didn't think about that. I knew we couldn't do it while we were at peace. But, alright, well... Let's step forward and have a look around over here at least. And in Ostak, probably a good idea to get those sewers running. And then, like, we are going to need this. I'm very disappointed by the amounts of resources available to us, but we are going to need those extractors. Probably worth throwing that in after the canal locks. All right, well, the capital's going to be busy for a while. And what does it cost to do the theft here? 36. We probably want to leave that city on influence at least one more turn. But yeah, this was a very productive move. Now we got to be on to the next productive thing, which is probably going to be trying to catch Salimar off guard. Just keep slowly expanding through war. Yeah, it's true. I did not do that. An unknown empire, which is to say red. The line has run out, and things are now scary. Okay, over here in this city, work on that, but it's not like so critical. Maybe this would be a good time to, wow. Our income is really jumping around very dramatically. Trade routes, you know? Are we trading with purple at all? Okay, yes, we are. Taking this city was also valuable for opening up trade with purple. I'm probably allowed I'm allowed inside their territory. They've never closed their borders on me. We should get eyes on and maybe search some ruins and stuff. And you should head in this direction. We need to start looking into this nonsense. All right, so we have. Let's have a look at pink stuff. We know approximately what green has. Wow, pink has nothing of value. Well, nothing of value in Era 2. Actually, yeah. Sorry. We should be waiting until we've hit Infiltration 4 to do steel technologies now, because that lets us take Era 3 stuff. So, actually, not that desperate to spend influence. We got a couple of turns here before we need to do that. All right, we're going to get a Glory of Empire finished here, which is certainly going to help to some degree, and then we can start talking about like building dust depositories in places, but like you can see how our poor industry output is going to really harm us here, because like it can't take 13 turns to build a dust depository with the whole city focused on industry. That's never going to be good enough. Bad news, bad times. Oh, hey, we can fire the dust booster. We should definitely do that. That is going to help tremendously. But yeah, Empire approval. It's just bad right now is the core issue here. We're still recovering here, obviously, to some degree. Actually, never mind. Minus 0.3 from ownership. We have basically recovered all of the ownership disapproval. It's just my people are mad. All right, 100 dust. Pretty great thing to find in a ruin at this moment in the game. Purple and brown are still fighting, right? Yeah. I'm hoping that I am insulated from the consequences of that. It looks like brown's winning pretty seriously, so glad I got out of the war while the getting was good. So... Boy, I hate to go dust depository just because of how long it's going to take. I don't necessarily want my cities focused on dust. And if you keep in mind, like, there are some things for which you must use dust, you know, buying heroes off the market or whatever. But if you keep in mind the conversion of dust to other resources for any other purpose, like buying out buildings and stuff, it really does suck. It's a very bad resource for any purpose that it's not the only way to do a thing for. And so the dust depository is like, in a lot of cases, it's the equivalent of getting +1 of a resource per citizen assigned to it. Like, it's a bad technology. It's a bad building. The technology also gives you dust transmuter, and so I think it's like fine. But I'm really not a big fan of the dust depository. But like, if I were to build a district in this city, what would the value of that even be? I guess we could build it out here, and it could get me 2 more river tiles. That's something. If we're building for like actually leveling stuff up, though, we definitely need to be expanding downward. And the short-term benefits of southward expansion are poor. They are few. So I guess... I mean, another thing we can do is just slowly work on a military unit, and that, like, honestly, whatever I'm building here is probably just buying time. Yeah, I guess it can be that then. We're just buying time until we finish another textile and hopefully get ourselves something better to build. Yeah, the gold firing was definitely hugely helpful. And I think through sheer coincidence, I believe that I noticed that on the very turn when it became available, right? Because it was 35 for the booster and we had 36 and we're getting 4 per turn, yeah, so. Good luck. A little tiny bit of good luck there. Do we want to pull in... Can't pull in the Silix. Oh, you know what? We need to pull in the 15 approval. That's right. That's actually very helpful. We could almost get past 60% again if we build some sewers and stuff in some places. All right, I need to meet Red. We got to get an idea of what's going on here with Red. Looks like Red is also at war with Purple, probably. Build a city improvement that increases your empire's influence in order to get 15 Hyperium. Okay, I mean, we're a couple turns off of some of those getting done. Weird. How fare we indeed? Okay, so this is like a power block here that we probably want to be on the good side of. That I may have put myself in a bad position by not being friendly with. Well, I mean, when you consider what we paid for the city of Rual and what we got out of the deal as a whole, it would have been very silly not to do it. That was hugely beneficial for us. We got bought into the war and bought out of the war, and we gained a city. But now we might want to watch the line here. So heroes are in the neighborhood of 700 now. They're going to be higher by the time we actually get up there. So buying a hero for the new city is sort of a distant goal. And next turn we are stealing a technology. Okay. Yeah, you should probably withdraw quickly because my concern is that Red is going to just run around and attack my army for no reason here, because they do that. The AI loves to pull their units out of a war to attack your stuff, regardless of whether or not they're actually at war with you. All right, 80 more dust. Very good news. We're just going to search down this away. Yep, that's kind of where I thought that was going. Out of curiosity, we lost vision of them. It would have been good for me to actually look at the stats on Red's units there, get a sense of what they're dealing with. Let's creep across and let's do it not directly adjacent to the murder tower. Alright, gotta get one tile closer before we can see the status of this thing. There's a Skyfin in Eusta. Not good luck for me. Not a resource, or not a region I actually have access to. Okay, we're about to get this done, which is excellent news. We are probably not getting another point of population anytime soon. Not until I can reassign people to focusing on that, but yeah, stuff's coming along. All right, let's have a look at Green's technologies. They do not have the dust refineries. They have uncommon alloys, but obviously the value of uncommon alloys is a little bit lower than I would like, given that it turns out we don't have access to this either of these resources in much number. Highway outposts is probably worth having, though. And yeah, they don't have any of the tier 2 stuff that we would want. There is some value to not taking anything here, I guess. Like, if we were going to buy a technology, obviously the cost of purchasing technologies goes up with each technology you own. So there's no way we can afford to buy a technology with dust, not anytime in the near future. All right, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna not do anything this turn. Next turn, we can look at what pink has and then maybe make some decisions with increased information. I guess though, like by delaying, I am reducing the total total infiltration point gain, because like next turn you could have a bunch of seniority. No, we should probably steal something. It just sucks that they have all the only good things they have are reliant on having access to a significant amount of adamantium or palladium, which we do not. All right, give me this anyway. Looks like a clean getaway. Yep. Their security levels remain very low, so we have gotten quite lucky though to not even have taken a wound at any point. I'll take it. I can use a little bit of luck. Okay, here we go. We get to see some units here. So the Dakari Ranger, Jesus Christ. Now that is a glass cannon. Unfortunately, it's a glass cannon with a glass cannon with 104 initiative. And then these things are a little bit tougher. Yeah. Well, brown can, or purple rather, can probably defeat this army. Yeah, Paqua's not going to be enough to hold that together. But they have other problems. Because our stats are very impressive. At this point, they've managed to get him all the way up to level 5. Yeah, I don't want to fight red. I know that. Okay. It's interesting. Let's move quickly at the beginning of the turn. Now, of course, we do not need the Alayi's army to be necessarily weaker than our army. We just need a sort of a local weakness, right? Like we took advantage of with Brown. So let's hope that they present that. Come on, Vision, update. I mean, it looks like that's uphill, but we should still be able to see uphill. There we go. Just not as well. Hooray, we did it. Huh. It's those ruins? That's pretty doable. That's quite a good reward. Definitely happy to see that. And we're getting all of the everything here. They would like a commercial agreement. I will accept, even though I have concerns that you are not going to have territory adjacent to me for very long. Longfangs is continuing to level. We're just pushing toward Inspirational Leader on that. Feeds on Bones should follow suit, I think. Yep, and there is level 4. So show me something good. Ah, boy. Well, the AI does not prioritize stuff the same way I do. I mean, look, we could set up reaping stations and we could just sell the Moonleaf to other players. Obviously, it's not like a super high priority. I mean, it is worth noting that at the very least, the Moonleaf will give us the 10 approval as well, which is something. So I think I am going to take this, but I'm not. It's certainly not what we would have wanted. And that looks like a clean getaway as well. All right, my spies are doing excellent work. They are really getting the thing done. Yeah, with 13 seniority, look at how quickly we're tearing through those early levels. So keeping someone infiltrated in a city for a long time has a lot of benefit. I gotta move all the way over here to see it. Okay, so 6 units with a pretty significant amount of fortification. They are not looking to get got on that front. I mean, big surprise, right? Is that a settler? What are you gonna do with a settler at this? Okay, whatever. So we could re-infiltrate this city. and then try to basically like bring down their defenses that way. Make it a little bit more vulnerable. In fact, we could even put Ziema Adya herself into the city. Maybe that's a real play. If we drop Ziema Adya, if we move, like we wait until next turn, we infiltrate her into the city. She just stays in there for a while and then like drops their defenses. We could just rampage through and take control. Because obviously I would love that territory, and I'm sure that city's quite built up at this point. Their overall military strength is reading as a lot higher than mine now, well over double. Which is potentially a problem if they decide they want to stick to the war, if they don't want to get bought out. Not sure. Not sure what the right move is there. Yeah, fungal exfoliator for sure. It's going to take 4 goddamn ever. But sadly, that is just the way of it. Yeah, there's not really anything I can do about that. I don't think I'm going to reassign her as a spy. She has spying 4 now in her upgraded form. I don't know. Okay, 100 dust was a nice find. Now let's go get that quest ruin real quick before I end up getting on Red's nerves enough for them to lock me out of their territory. So next turn we will know, I suppose, if our faction quest meant have 123 influence stocked or if it needs to be 123 production. If it needs to be 123 production, I think we're still not very close. Okay, this is coming down a lot faster. I mean, actually, sorry, we should sewer system, get the sewer system done this turn and then build things from there. Here we already have our sewer system, and it's not helping. Yeah, I guess get the extractor up. I don't feel great about it, but don't have a lot of other options here. So I was really hoping we were going to get access to something better to build. I mean, the grass silk extractor is fine, I suppose. If we bump everybody over to industry here. Yeah, alright, get it done. Let me have a little bit more of a look around. One big advantage of popping Ziema Adya into their spying position for a while would be that we would get to see exactly what's in the garrison. Am I really at minus 42 dust per turn? Well, how is this fluctuating so much? Okay, so the problem is that's an amount that was reliant on some kind of trade route that no longer... We were trading with something that no longer exists. So when we recalculate at the beginning of the turn, that number will go somewhere better. Sadly, it will not go somewhere better until after our amount of dust for the turn changes. Alright, are you going to use this thing to deny me access to that ruin? You sure are. And we do need to go through this way. Okay, please just continue to the southeast. A quest failed. Yep, that's fine. But it looks like this did in fact move forward. Perform a level 4 decreased population or a level 4 target governor in any infiltrated city. Ugh, that's really not what I want to be doing right now. To earn the Tower of the Consecrate. You know, which is at least a pretty cool building. It's quite a good building indeed. This may get us hurt, but searching this ruin is like extremely powerful high value. Please don't attack me. I'm not a threat to you. I'm not doing anything. Okay. All right. So things are progressing in the capital. We're doing our best. Okay, they do have an adamantium deposit over here. Worth noting that it is not currently being exploited. Also, some of their army strength is tied up in units that I don't care about. They do have their monks, which are extremely good and very, very cool combat units. Somebody has a sky shaker. It's fine. We're gonna just disregard. Not going out on the ocean anytime soon, so probably not a big deal. Okay, that's a much better amount of trade route dust. So what we'd really like to do at this point is get peace with Red. If we can trade with Red, I bet we can really rake in a ton of cash because their empire's huge. I was gonna see about that, but right, we don't have diplomats, Mance. I can't actually suggest such a deal. All right, let's grab this and then try to get the hell out of Red's territory before things go awry. Does look like Red is just gonna completely consume Purple. Is this closed borders? No, it's a market ban. Well, okay. I mean, it's not like a big deal. I was gonna hire a hero, but we'll put that dust toward other things now. I don't know what exactly, but something. Yeah, no, I actually have no idea. Not idea one. Well, how far are we from our next? I might do a, you know, it might be worth stealing Diplomat's Mance, actually. Maybe we should do that. Apologies for the super loud chair, by the way. This thing is rapidly falling apart. It's getting louder and less comfortable every single day. Every time I move, it makes horrible noises. And I ordered a new chair. But it's just, I don't know. It's just lost in transit. On the FedEx website, the package just has a big red exclamation point on it that says shipping exception, which seems not great. So I cannot promise when that will actually be fixed. Yeah, we kind of need diplomats, man. Like I think we're getting to a position here where I need to be able to negotiate don't attack me treaties. Okay, another clean getaway. So now let's have a quick look. You are indifferent to me. Most of the crappy stuff I've done to you and your power block was done before you knew me. So we actually could just buy ourselves into peace with you, and I'm like definitely inclined to do so. That's a thing we can do with the dust. I suppose we can give some of it to them. You know, I don't need all this glass steel. We could give them like a very small amount of glass steel. Honestly, it could be like a very small amount, or we could give them enough to try to trigger the contract to its advantage opinion term, but I don't exactly know. I don't know how much to their advantage it has to be for that to go off. And we actually do have uses for our glass steel. I might actually give them, it's probably better for us to give them titanium instead. I don't think this is enough green bar. I think it has to be quite a lot. We just give them all the moonleaf. The moonleaf would give us plus 10 approval right now. Is that actually an amount that would help? Actually, it looks like a lot of these cities are... So 3 of our cities would move from content to happy with 10 extra points of approval. The capital would not quite get to fervent. We give them the Hyperium. You know, I'm not opposed to that. We're not going to have a use for Hyperium for a very long time. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. And now we can potentially run trade through their territory as well as and that was good enough. Excellent news. And maybe that'll be enough to get me sort of like on the same side as... It looks like Pink has fallen out of... Huh. I don't know. The diplomatic situation in this game is really interesting. It's a little bit more complex, I feel like, than we usually see. All right. So purple's going to stop existing real soon. How much purple is left? I am going to fire this because it does help a fair number of cities. Purple is down to a mere 2 regions, it looks like. So yeah, that's going to be real soon. Red's going to be a valuable trading partner. Let's go ahead and hit end turn here. And then we'll call it at the beginning of this next turn. So that we can start off with action. You know, the reason I play 4X games is because of all the hot action gameplay that you get. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's gonna go on from this point. It seems weird and complicated, but I do know that I want to be on Red's good side when it happens. So yeah, already you can see those trade routes really paying some pretty serious dividends. Somebody died. Did Purple lose both of their cities that turn? They sure did. Well, you know what Purple was? They were useful. They did the things for us that we needed them to do in a real hurry there. Okay, I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time soon, as soon as I can get another episode out for y'all, when we're going to try to take this new, much more complicated position and turn it into something. I guess we could, we have a lot more income now. Maybe we can just buy a couple of techs. It looks like we're going to have to buy Dust Refinery if we want it. And I do want it. I do want it quite badly. So yeah, maybe that's the play. I don't know. Come back next time, and hopefully I will have made a decision. And we'll see you then.